If you've made it here, welcome to Change Your Mindset, Improve Your English series with Love Robert. I am glad to have you here. So, let's get straight into it. Today we'll be talking about one common limiting belief that some people have, which doesn't help them to improve. And that is, speaking good English is only for those that are highly educated. So, if you have a considerable level of education, of course you're educated, but maybe it is not at the level you wish to stop. That is understood. Here is something I want you to understand. Learning and improving in your spoken English is not an educational status thing. It's more of self-education, self-development. Think back to a time you were a child in school. At that age, what you mostly struggle with at speaking English was the tenses. Sometimes you switch up past tense for present tense and you get corrected over and over again. The basic problems you struggle with then are not the ones you have now. You're aiming for things that are advanced, not the basic things like tenses anymore. So how did you get from there to here? One part of it was you were taught in school. The other part was what you did, even when you didn't notice it. The other part I mentioned is the kind of movies you watched. Can you remember there were some phrases or words used in that movie that you used in real time? You said it to somebody. Yes, that was one way of learning. Apart from that, the conversation you heard, maybe at home, the people you interacted with, the kind of friends you had, these little ways were how you were improving without even knowing it. Which means the key to improving your spoken English is not locked inside classrooms. It is shaped by your exposure, practice, and consistency. Because you can be exposed and yet you refuse to practice, you don't even learn anything. Just like someone who resides in a part where the language spoken in that region is different from his own native language. Some people can stay there for 5 years. They only know the basic greeting. They don't know beyond that. Yes, they have exposure, but they've not applied that willful action of practicing, of saying it with their mouth. Now for this episode, one thing I want you to remember is to improve your spoken English or to speak good English. It is basically exposure, willful practice, and consistency. If this episode makes you question how you've been thinking, and I promise you, episode 2 will make more sense to you. So, see you in the next episode.